What's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to talk about Camber Energy Incorporated. Once again, that's Camber Energy Incorporated with the ticker symbol CEI. Guys, in this video, we're going to talk about a few articles regarding CEI, and also I'd like to dig a little bit deeper regarding their 10K that they have just filed a week ago. Guys, I'd like to apologize because I wasn't able to pull this out for you, but in this video, we're gonna take a look at the 10K because that was filed a little bit later, right after I posted my video. So guys, we will talk about that. Hopefully you will like this video. Once again, we're going to talk about CEI. Guys, if you like the information and analysis I'll be providing in this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Let's get going.
So let's start with Camber. Status of the outstanding filings at Camber. You'll recall we filed in November of 2021 restated financials that were required to correct the previous characterization of the sale of the company's Series C preferred stock. The SEC is reviewing those filings just to make sure their analysis of the accounting treatment aligns with ours, and it's in their court at the moment. There truly is nothing we can do at the moment until the SEC advises they have no further questions or comments. The auditor won't allow us to file the outstanding financial statements, the other four that have been ready to go for a couple of months now. The auditor won't authorize those filings, which is typical. No other auditor would either, until we get further clarification from the SEC that they have no more questions. So there's nothing we can do. We reach out to the SEC on a regular basis, ask if they need us for anything, and they've advised that no, they're just reviewing everything and go back to us when they can. So that truly is outside our control. So in the interim, we're focusing on things that are within our control. So let's just do a quick recap, starting at the Camber level, on some of the things we've accomplished over the last 30 to 90 days at Camber. So that includes, you'll remember that there are promissory notes at Camber that have been outstanding for a while, at least since December 2020, and with respect to two of the notes. We improved the terms of those notes. We extended the maturity dates to 2027. We dropped the interest rate materially with discussions with the lender, of course. And we fixed the conversion price of those notes at $1.50 a share. The other thing we did recently is we extinguished over 40% of the outstanding Series C preferred shares at Camber to minimize or lessen the dilution at that level. And then we also put in place a $100 million financing arrangement for Camber. And in our view, I think we can get even better terms than this financing arrangement, but we view it as an insurance plan. We don't have to take that money, but we have this commitment that we can use as a backstop to facilitate growth for the entire organization. But again, if we don't want it, we can redeem the outstanding shares in whole or in part prior to the funding dates. So it's a nice backup plan to have. The organization has never had a backup plan of this kind ever. At the Viking level, what have we done here over the last 90 to 120 days? Well, it includes, number one, strengthening the organization's balance sheet. We've reduced the debt at the subsidiary level by over $100 million by selling divisions that were subject to high interest loans and hedge arrangements that limited our upside on certain oil and gas production. So eliminating that debt we view as a very positive thing. Of course, when you sell the divisions, you sell the revenue stream associated with it. However, we've made up for that when we acquired the controlling interest in Simpson Maxwell. Other things we've done, of course, licensed the patented carbon capture technology from ESG Clean Energy. And just a quick update on that. Like many companies, they were affected by supply chain issues associated with the pandemic, but they've got some much needed parts. And the power generation component of their site in Holyoke should be up and running here mid to late February and be producing distilled water in March and then capturing the CO2 in April of this year. So this will serve as a catalyst. We've had a lot of discussions with interested parties in Canada who are anxious to see this facility up and running, and then we'll be in a position once that happens to finalize the negotiations with some of the groups that we're talking with. And recently, you'll observe from some of the press releases that we entered into a joint venture arrangement. We acquired a 51% interest in a company that owns the intellectual property associated with a biomedical waste disposal system using ozone technology. It's innovative, cutting edge, and what I like most about these arrangements, you'll remember that the majority of the consideration that was due under this license agreement, they accepted that in stock of Viking. Here, the consideration, and a lot of it is subject to certain sales targets being met, but the consideration being paid in stock of Viking. So what does that mean? It means alignment. Not only do these people believe in their technology and their products, but they believe in Viking's overall vision. And prior to closing this deal, of course, we're in the fortunate position to be able to leverage the infrastructure and personnel at Simpson Maxwell, a company that's been in business for 80 years and is highly respected in the industry for building sophisticated custom energy solutions and power generation systems. And so before closing this joint venture, not only did we have to investigate the unit and the system, make sure that we could manufacture it without any additional capex, but we made sure that Simpson Maxwell was an approved vendor within a hospital association trust that manages hundreds of hospitals in the UK, and that is the association through which we intend to make our first sales of this system. So prior to closing the joint venture, we made sure Simpson Maxwell was an approved vendor within that association, which we received, and then we closed the joint venture. So we'll share more details on this as we sell the first units. And then we have some other opportunities that we're pursuing right now that we hope to be able to share with you in the very near future. But again, despite certain things being out of our control, we're making a lot of progress in a short period of time, that things that are within our control. And we're excited about these ventures as well as the others that we're pursuing.
So guys, today we have an article from Investor Place. It clearly says here that oil stocks CVX, XOM, Exxon, Oxy, IMPP, CEI gain on Russian oil ban. So I think this is a timely article regarding CEI because of course CEI has something to do with it's like an energy stock. So it says here, oil stocks are up the board today on news that Europe will ban Russian energy imports. This is an important article, guys, because I could clearly see that with the CEI trying to reorganize their system, right? I strongly believe that CEI will actually bounce up again, and we have clearly seen that this morning because these oil stocks have been surging early in the morning, and of course they cooled off during the trading hours up until the end of the trading hours. But of course CEI is positive at the end of the day, and it's currently trading flat in the after hours. It says here, guys, that oil stocks are rising today along with prices for crude on news that Europe has reached an agreement to ban Russian energy imports. Shares of oil companies are up across the board today, building on already formidable gains this year. As prices for crude oil continue to run higher, shares of major oil companies can be expected to continue increasing. This is good news for CEI. Like I said, guys, James Doris has been working very, very hard in consolidating all their files for NYSE. Okay, as you can see, guys, on May 24th, Camber Energy discloses communication from NYSE American. Okay, so you can see here, guys, that CEI is pleased to announce that on May 20th, 2022, it received a letter from NYSE American LLC advising the company is back in compliance with the exchange continued listing standards set forth in Part 10 of NYSE American Company Guide, given the company filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission previously outstanding financial reports. So everybody has been worried before that CEI might not be able to comply, and they are on the verge of getting delisted from the NYSE, which is absolutely not true. Okay, as you can see in the past video that I have just shown, in this video, he is working very, very hard and explaining everybody to everyone how the filings should work, and he have executed that clearly for each and every one of us. So guys, this is some old news for some other CEI enthusiasts, CEI fans, right? But like I said, I was sick in the past week, but of course, and also the 10Q ending in March 31, 2022, which is this month this quarter, the previous quarter was actually filed, and when I checked in my past video, it is not actually there, but right now it is there. We'll try to dig down a little bit further in this this video is for some people, because I've noticed that in my past video, my past CI video, some people are trying to check if the 10Q is also there, but of course it's not there. So I'm gonna break this down for you guys. We'll try to check a couple of things in the 10Q, which is, of course, we would like to know the revenue, the expense, which is the results of operation, their cash and cash equivalents, shares outstanding, if there's any offering, and of course how much do they actually own, if CEI is actually moving in the right direction. We're gonna check on that on this video, and hopefully guys, like I said, you will like this video. So guys, as of May 16, 2022, okay, and that was this month, the registrant had 414 million shares, 290,000 and 116 shares of common stock outstanding. And as I checked in Webull, this number is right. So guys, this is also an audited financial, which you can clearly see that as of March 31st, 2022, CEI have an ending balance of their assets of $4,207,018, as opposed to December 31st, 2021 of $5,854,382. Okay, so meaning their assets have actually decreased for some reasons, but like I said, we will try to break this down further, because as you can see here, oil and gas properties full cost method is 67,281, as opposed to December 31, 2021, which is 68,884. As you can see here guys, as of March 31st, 2022, the total assets of CEI have actually increased, right? So from $48,404,080, it actually increased to $48,324,248. That is their asset. Now their liabilities have decreased. So meaning guys, CEI is actually going to the right direction. Okay, so during the pandemic, which is December 31st, 2021, their total liabilities is 118,217,632, as opposed to the total liabilities right now, which is decreased, like I said, meaning they are going in the right direction, of 116,500,510,078. Like I said guys, business is improving for CEI. For those who are worried, of course, they have to file they can't explain everything, right? Because there's no filing. But right now that since these filings are there, it's up for us to for us to be able to understand them, right? So of course they also have to spend money, right? They spent a lot of money during the pandemic, okay, and we can clearly see that in their assets and liabilities. And that should also reflect in their total operating expenses. Like I said, during the pandemic, they have spent a lot of money, okay, because of course the downtime, right? But right now they don't have a lot of downtime. CEI is moving forward. You can see here their expense last March 31st, 2021 is actually 1.8 million, as opposed to around $1 million of expense, ending in March 31st of 2022. Also guys, you can clearly see here their loan to Viking. The amount of money that they loan to Viking is actually reflected here now at $4,297,300. Also, you can clearly see here their cash end of period is 4.2 million, $4,207,018, and they are keeping that as actually cash at the end of this period. So guys, I think the majority of the majority is actually summarized in the video that I have shown in the beginning of this video from James Doris. What we'd like to focus on is how much money does CEI actually owe, and are they due anytime soon? Guys, in this video, you can actually see here that CEI owes money to Discover Growth Fund, okay, Discover Growth Fund, and most of them is actually due on January 1, 2027, okay, including the promissory note. So they owe a lot of money, okay, so it's actually itemized here: 26 million, 6 million, 12 million, 2.5 million, right? So this is the amount of money that they owe to Discover Growth Fund. But like any other business that has a downtime during the pandemic, the Camber, CEI, this money that they owe to Discover Growth Fund will actually mature on January 1, 2027, which is actually 5 years from now. So this is not something that we need to worry about as CEI investors. And take note, guys, during the time of this year, guys, it says here, note payable to Discover Growth Fund LLC pursuant to 10% secured promissory note dated December 9, 2021 in the original amount of $1 million with interest and principal due maturity on March 8, 2022. The note is secured by lien on substantially all of the company's assets. The note was paid in full on January 4th of 2022. That should make you as an investor, you and me as an investor, proud of James Doris for actually keeping the company on track. As you can see, guys, the revenue isn't that much in the past 3 months. 136,407, but it is actually 50% more than it was in March 31 of 2021, which is only 65,653. Okay, so but take note, guys, the Viking acquisition, which has something to do with natural gas, guys. I think the best thing we could do is to actually look forward what will be the impact of the amount of shares or the performance of Viking this next 10Q. So guys, as you can see, for the technical analysis of CEI, we have been hovering in the support or the demand zone for quite some time now. Okay, so right now our closing price is 0.6670. We were up 1.21% during the trading hours. Our volume is 31.62 million, meaning we are actually 50% off from your average volume of 68.72 million in the past 3 months. Also, guys, you can clearly see here that our RSI, which is in my personal opinion, we are really bound for a retrace because our RSI right now is only 43.23. We have a lot of room to the upside. The reason why CEI has been staying in these kinds of prices is, first of all, the market condition. Second is the trust from the investors, from institutional investors and new retail investors alike. Okay, and the most important part is, James Doris have already filed all the filings that they actually owe to the investors themselves. Okay, and that should regain the trust of the institutional and retail investors alike. So like I said, guys, everybody knows there's a huge demand for energy stocks, energy plays, and I think CEI is one of them. Okay, so you can clearly see here, guys, that your MACD is starting to curl up. If you go to your 15-minute time frame, guys, okay, you don't sleep on CEI because, like I said, so today it so happened that the that the indices have turned red. That's the reason why CEI went to only 1.21%, but if the indices are actually up, CEI would have gone up also. Okay, so like I said, we are the levels that we need to check with CEI is, our support for the stock is around 60 cents, and we have a huge resistance at around 70 cents, and our next resistance is around 80 cents. So those are the levels that we need to watch out for CEI. Guys, if you like the information and analysis I have provided in this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Once again, this is your boy Don Leo Trades. I love you all. Peace out.